Okay, so I want you to think back. Think back to when you were a kid, right? Can you do that? When you were an artist, you drew lots of cool doodles. Back when you could sing, you played in the sand all day, you built forts, you jumped out of swings. Remember that? Huh? When I was a kid, I was about 7, I used to collect things, right? I started my own museum in my little, like, 10 by 10 room. I collected rocks, baseball cards, hats, name tags that people discarded at my dad's work, pennants, all kinds of stuff. People would come into town and they'd hear about this and they'd come and knock on the door and they wanted to see my museum. I started a museum when I was 7. What happened to that? What happened to the jumping out of swings? What happened to that kid? You know, there's some of you in here. Which one of you was that kid in elementary school? The teacher asked the question, right? There was no hand raising. You knew exactly what the answer was, right? You jumped up and you yelled it out. What happened to that kid? What happened? Oh, you're still here. Perfect. People told us you got to raise your hand. Might not be such a good idea to jump out of that swing. Somebody told me you can't sing. And I know. By the way, they said you can't draw either. So I stopped doing those things. What if I told you you could get that back? Anybody want some of that back?
Hell yeah!
You want to jump out of the swing? Who's jumping out of the swing with me? Very good, thank you. Be careful. At McPherson College, you have that opportunity because I believe you are in the sweet spot of your life. And when I say that, I mean you still know what it feels like to do those things. There are a lot of us that are kind of way too old and that's just not an option for us anymore. Is it, Wayne? Maybe it is.
It depends. By the way, you could draw.
There's still an opportunity for that, apparently. So, you still feel that, right? You still feel that, and you have an opportunity to figure it out here. The most important thing that we do at McPherson College is liberal arts. Liberal arts. We have great academic programs. Great thing. So we're working to make those programs better every single day. The thing that's going to set you apart as a graduate are those things centered around liberal arts. And so I can't think of a better thing for us to work on at McPherson College than lifting up the liberal arts. And so over the last several months, our faculty and staff have been in conversation about an idea. And the idea, and Lane alluded to it, entrepreneurship. The idea that, and you have to look beyond the stereotypical thoughts around entrepreneurship. Business, wealth, startup, right? You got to look beyond that. The idea that entrepreneurs are all around us. Example. Everybody knows Dr. Rick Tyler, right? He's up in the room. There he is. Props to Dr. Rick. Decades ago, you got a fan now. Decades ago, Rick started the First Nighters program. You're all probably familiar with it. And still today, it's unique, it differentiates us, and it's one of the well-known traditions that we have here. And it is the only student-run dinner theater in the state of Kansas. Rick Tyler is an entrepreneur. The idea that we can pair up liberal arts with entrepreneurship, the idea that when you graduate, you're more expressive. You can talk people into doing things, right? You're perceptive. You see things other people don't see. You're creative. You're innovative. You can actually take an idea and you can make it happen. You're global. We're living in a global society, right? It's not hard for you guys to figure that out. And you understand risk. Those things are really important, not only to being an entrepreneur, but also to liberal arts. And so we've been in conversation about ways to pair those ideas together. And so today is the opportunity for us to invite you as students to think about that, enter into this conversation with us. And so the point of today, I wanted to introduce something to you all. Anybody in here have an idea? An idea for something. Maybe it's a not-for-profit or for-profit. You guys have ideas, right? Money. Who needs money for their idea? There we go. Today, we're launching the Horizon Fund at McPherson College. It's very simple. This is a fund that will award $100 to $500 micro grants to any student in any major at different times during the year that has a good idea that they either want to take a look at to see if it's something they want to implement, or if they've looked at how it might work and they want to try it, to have some resources to try and do something good in the world. It could be a for-profit idea, it could be a not-for-profit idea, it could be something that has to do with McPherson College, it could be something that has to do with something else. The Horizon Fund. So you go to our homepage, over to the right, you're going to see a link to the Horizon Fund. We'll take applications immediately. There's a group from campus that will start to evaluate the funds. You'll probably be asked to make a real brief presentation. But this is an opportunity for you to take an idea, have some resources, and see if it works. Jump out of a swing. So it's a funny thing about ideas, right? We're going to have a little bit of an Oprah moment here. Okay? Is that okay? Funny thing about ideas, they don't always happen in our dorm rooms, in the classrooms, in those places that we typically think of. And so, as a gift to you, and if I can invite some of the folks down here to help me out, we are going to hand out today $10 gift cards to the well for everyone in attendance today. We're going to close with the video. But before we close, I want to say a couple things. Number one, help us get better. I think I said this last year, and I'm going to say it again. Help us get better. So when we ask for your feedback, give it to us. And when you see something that we can improve, don't be afraid to say something. You don't even have to raise your hand. Jump up and tell us. So as we engage you this year to look at lifting up liberal arts, help us. And the second thing is, work hard and have fun this year. Enjoy the video.